we die. This life isn't fair. I miss the high. I live a lie. And one day we'll die. No one will care. Take me inside. I'll meet you there. Am I alive? Am I awake? Do you get high? Are we prepared? And one day we'll die. No one will care. Will you get high? We will survive.
What's up, South Jersey? Gonna do an unboxing for you guys. Got a new mail call, so figure I might as well jump on here. My man Jeff, how you doing, brother? Just hanging out with you, bro. We gotta be fishing soon. Let's catch up after I get done with this live stream here. This is kind of an impromptu live stream here on Instagram as well as my personal YouTube channel. I'm just gonna jump on here and walk you guys through this super dope box of goodies from Baitsanity. We got a little bit of tackle to go through, so I'm gonna share with you guys what I ordered, why I ordered it, how I anticipate it fitting into my fishing here in the fall and beyond. Hopefully you guys can draw some insight from that. We've already done tackle breakdown videos on the Explorer Glide Gill as well as the Antidote. Still need to do one on the Gen 2 full-size Explorer. What's up, IG, Kyler, Mr. Fish, my man, 910 Kayak, my man Nate doing work up there in the northeast on the big bait. So this is going to be right up your guys' alley, man. As my man South Jersey Fisherman on YouTube is commenting, he misses the old mail calls, and man, to be honest, I kind of didn't. It was nice not doing them because I get so much new tackle, like it became a lot of work, but man, you guys keep speaking up that you want to see them return, so I'm going to start doing them here on my personal YouTube channel. We got some new membership stuff coming to the main Big Bass Streams channel. So keep an eye out for some changes to that platform. This is going to be new additional content on top of all the free stuff that we do already. So this is going to be kind of a soft transition over to the new membership stuff. But in the meantime, let's get to it, man. We said we got some viewers now, so we got a box in from my man Fahad, who owns Baitsanity. It's a small family-owned company out of North Central California, and we've got quite an extensive list here. So let's just go through it. Box number one. I've been fishing these baits now for the past season. They came on as a brand partner, and this bait right here that I'm opening up is a winner. This is the exact same pattern in that dark bluegill in a sinking model that you guys saw us utilizing when I was fishing with Mike Zampese up in the Northeast. It really matched the hatch on those clear water, highly vegetated bodies of water that we were fishing. Absolutely beautiful coloration. I haven't seen another bluegill pattern that matches hold on, Instagram is lagging, it looks like. I have not found another bluegill pattern that matches those really dark bluegill as well as this thing. And actually, I got it packed up for a tournament that we're fishing tomorrow. Let me just show you guys the inspiration of ordering a backup for that bait, because I'm telling you, there's going to be a bite in the future where they're going to be eating this thing, and I need to have a backup for my main bait. Two things you'll notice here are the two different tails. So out of the box, this thing comes with two additional tails with the standard design. It's hard to see, but one of them's got chartreuse tips. And if you guys have spent enough time bluegill fishing or been around bluegill or observing them from above the surface, that chartreuse tail is quite prominent in some bluegill populations. So that's a fantastic little attention to detail to have. You'll also notice there's interchangeable tails of multiple designs. That's the boot tail, which gives this bait the most wicked, unique action that I've seen. Let me see here. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. Looks like Instagram's lagging. Let me change Wi-Fi connections. And it looks like we are hopefully back up on the gram. Trying to do this solo with my production team is challenging already. But so that's option number one. Baitsanity comes in a floater and a sinking. Depending on where I'm fishing it, I need to have both models on hand. Over the summer, late spring, there was a lot of vegetation and shallow flooded brush that I was fishing these baits over, so having a floating model to navigate through that shallow cover was important. And then there are times when we want to get this bait down 4 to 10 feet, and having a sinking model that I can throw on perhaps 100% fluorocarbon line to draw that bait down is going to be crucial. Alright, so that's bait number one. Alright, bait number two here. Jungle perch, sinking. I've built a lot of confidence fishing these baits. What's up, fishing the southeast? What's up, 603, Logan? I don't see you guys, man. Here, I'm going to... Oh, there you go. My bad, IG. Alright, you guys are back. Alright, jungle perch. This is a sick pattern. This is a little bit more of a general panfish pattern. It's not so bluegill specific with the dozens of panfish species throughout the country. I found this one to be particularly effective as I'm traveling. Kind of looks like everything, kind of looks like nothing in particular. So we had a lot of success fishing with my man Jeff from Fish the 50 down in Florida on the jungle perch pattern. Once again, that's a sinking model here. Alright, I'm going to move kind of quickly here because I got a bunch of toys here from Fahad. So big shout out to Baitsanity for pushing the envelope. Now this is that same dark bluegill pattern but in a floating model. I was pretty nervous fishing this bait in the Northeast because of the presence of some of the toothy critters, and having one of those baits getting chewed off potentially made me nervous. So this is pretty much in order to fill my supply chain, make sure I have doubles in both the Dream Machine and a set for use here at home on the West Coast in the little 1.0 and such. But let me pull this thing out of the box. He's got by far some of the dopest packaging around. Form fitted, stock hooks. Now if you guys want more detail on how we are fishing this bait, I've included a link in the description on YouTube here to the full tackle breakdown. But once you open up this package here, you'll see a couple of extra goodies. Here's that spare tail with that very unique interchangeable snap design. So all you gotta do is pull straight up. That bait or that tail comes right out of that bait, and you can pop that replacement in there if you happen to lose it or warp it or a fish bites it off or something weird happens. And it pops right back in just like that. So up, in. Real easy. And then if you guys are noticing those bluegill having those chartreuse tips, that stock bait there with the chartreuse tips snaps in just like that. Okay, and this is the floating model. Easy to tell here. It's got the F abbreviation right there on the belly. Let's see. My man fishing the southeast is saying, okay, I do not own a Baitsanity Gill. What would make one more desirable over any other bluegill glide? Well, let me give you a couple reasons. I mean, that looks about as spot on as a bluegill as you're going to get. The color schemes that I'm showing you guys here are fantastic. If you are truly looking to match the hatch identically to your local bluegill population, okay, we're going to keep going down the line here. The interchangeable tail segments make these baits swim in a very unique fashion. So there are days when that standard tail are getting it done. There are days when that fat atom tail are triggering the fish, or there are days when that paddle tail, man, like that paddle tail is a lot of fun. I can get that bluegill glide to swim and act in ways that no other bluegill glide that I've fished can do. And also, what comes in the box are a pack of these tungsten adhesive weights, 32 gram adhesive weights for you guys that are looking to fine tune this bait and get the floater to suspend, for example. You can add some of these tungsten weights. You can upsize the hooks to a thicker gauge, like a BKK Fangs hook is what I was doing, or utilizing to achieve that floating bait slightly lower in the column to where I could fish this thing on extended pauses and not have it rise up immediately. You can really stall those baits out in a strike zone or in a prime piece of cover. Alright, let's keep it moving. It's always cool getting you tackle. I guess I can see the appeal of why you guys love these mail calls so much. Let's see, have I had any problems with the bass bouncing off that bait because of how tall they are? I've had one fish not get the hooks on this bait this season. It's pretty good. So it's tall, but it's not too tall. And many of you guys know I'm not really a fan of tall baits. And this thing seems to be well within a threshold of a high bite to hook to land ratio. There's another dark bluegill in the sinking. My man Fishing Fool, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? He's joined us here. Oh, let's break it up. Got an Antidote glide. Constant question that I'm always getting is, what is a great beginning glide bait? And I usually try to steer them on the smaller side of the scale, just for the sheer fact that they're easier to fish, easier to use. You're going to get more bites, but fundamentally and mechanically, you're looking at the same presentation. So you're just gonna get so many more opportunities at getting fish to react to this, to bite it, to hook them, to lose them, to miss them, to learn. So the 7-inch Antidote, like here's a rainbow trout pattern here that's hanging up above my desk, is a great beginning glide bait, especially at $29.99. Man, that's hard to beat. The consistency you get from these Baitsanities, because they are injection molded from ABS plastic, is unparalleled. It's fantastic. These Baitsanities do come in 2 different sink rates, so this one is a slow sink, and I believe there's a super slow sink. Hooks are included with split rings in the package. Awesome glide bait for beginners and experts alike. So that is the summer shad color, kind of like a Tennessee shad pattern. That's going to get some heavy rotation here. Here's another dope bluegill pattern for you guys looking to mimic a particular bluegill. So I think this is just their standard bluegill color. Just pop this thing out of the box. Another sinking model. This is pretty color accurate to a lot of the male bluegill that I see throughout the country. See South Jersey fishermen. I wanted to know what makes that tug topwater glide different from a floating glide. Does it strictly stay on top like the spook or Matlore's dead twitch? Man, the tug is a whole nother conversation, and I may or may not have one here in this box, but let's visit that on the back end of this mail call, South Jersey. It's a pretty sweet bait. But check that out. Beautiful coloration. Got that orange throat. If you guys saw that dark sleeper video, tackle breakdown that we just did, you notice that haze colored. Oh, here it is. Notice that haze colored dark sleeper that I was fishing, a mimic bluegill, had that orange throat. There it is. Not rocket science here. A lot of the same colors are present. It doesn't have to be an exact match, guys, for you guys to find success and get fish to strike these baits. But it never hurts to have that confidence to know that you are pretty accurately mimicking what they are hopefully feeding on. Alright, let's keep this going. And if you guys are looking to jump into fishing these Baitsanities, I got links in the description here on YouTube for you guys to purchase from our store partners. Helps this channel, helps motivate us to continue putting out this content. And I'll be honest, man, I want you guys to win. I want to see you guys taking some insight from these videos, going out there and finding success. Here's that same bluegill pattern, a little bit lighter than that dark bluegill, obviously, in a floater. Once again, if I need to throw this thing in like less than 3 feet of water, especially even over rock, that floating model helps me keep that bait out of the danger zone. All right, look at that. What's up, Cody? Man, appreciate you guys tuning in. It's Friday. You guys are probably just getting off of work or just got home from work. If you're on the East Coast. Oh yeah, that's a bigger box. Let's see what we got here. Maybe it's a tug, maybe it's an Explorer Gen 2. We got some more comments here. Making Magic Fishing. Are you ever going to invite Milliken to Costa Rica again? Well, Ben and I have been in discussion about some of our plans next year, so there's a 50-50 chance right now, depending on what decisions I make, that you're going to see some Oliver and Milliken content in 2023. Whether or not that's in Costa Rica is yet to be determined, but it'll be definitely some stuff here in the States. Appreciate the offer, fishing the Southeast. I got a whole team also at my disposal. I just kind of did this on a whim, man. I literally just got this box in today and figured I'd just share with you guys the goodies. Mike Bledsoe, what's good, man? Oh, yeah. Now we're jumping into the range of baits here that really gets me excited. This is a 9-inch glide bait. This is a very phenomenal looking perch pattern here, as you guys can see. I was throwing this around a little bit in the Northeast when we were up there in upstate New York and Connecticut, and caught some fish on it, even up there. So to have an accurate perch option here, show you guys this bait. This one's got a matte finish, no gloss, highly realistic. How sick is that, huh? Really impressed with the color schemes and the range of color schemes. Man, that the fact that it comes in like an all white, a raw color, like a kokanee, a shad pattern. Let me grab a couple of my other ones over here. Apologies for the mess behind me. I've been unpacking, repacking, getting ready for little mini road trips, getting ready for first team tournament fishing with Riley tomorrow on Lake Casitas. So all you guys that are going to be out there tomorrow, looking forward to hanging out with you guys. That's the tug that my man South Jersey was asking about. We're going to dive into that bait at the end of this, but here's a awesome, just generic kind of shad pattern here. This is a Tackle Warehouse exclusive steelhead that I've been throwing around and really liking a lot. But this is a fantastic bait to move up from a bait like the Antidote. Now that you guys can see it kind of side by side here, it is quite a bit bigger in profile and presence. So once you guys start learning how to catch them and engage them and get them fired up with this bait, this is a perfect evolution to move up. I want to say these things retail for $89.99, which is quite affordable in the glide bait market. It's readily available. One of the things that I struggle with when I'm fishing across the country is when I'm using like a custom bait and I bust it because I throw it into a dock or against a rock wall or something. Finding another one can be very frustrating. So the fact that we can get these baits readily is a huge plus, and the consistency and the action that I'm getting out of this whole range of baits is fantastic. I know that I can pull it out of the package and it'll swim exactly how I anticipate it to swim. You can get this bait to glide very wide. One of the things I do like, one of the observations that I've made fishing this bait, is I can get it down and keep it down a lot deeper than some of the other glide baits in this 9 and 10 inch range. And once again, that color here, man, it's fantastic. So there's that. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. What else do we got here? I don't know if you guys can hear the background music I got playing, but all you music heads, if you guys aren't checking out the Colors playlist on YouTube, I've discovered some pretty dope music across multiple genres. Oh, there's another dark bluegill floater. Backup for my backup for my backup. So you guys might be able to tell like which colors and models I hold in high esteem right off the get-go. I know I've got multiple baits so I can fish fearlessly. Retail value, I believe, or retail price on these Explorer Gills is $59.99. Well within range for most of us hard-working Americans. I remember a time when it was tough to get a bait for anything less than $100. So that's another bluegill floater. You guys already saw one of those. Jungle perch floating. Jungle perch floating. Backup for my backups. Ooh, this is a new one for me. That zombie shad does look dope. It's a hooked up tackle exclusive. I've got one on my boat actually. I need to pull it out of the package and start fishing that one. So check this out, guys. This is a new one for me. And I think this is a new one for the brand too. This is the bass pattern in the Explorer Gill. Let's open this bad boy up. Now, to me, I'm probably not going to be utilizing this so much as a bass mimicking bait. Let me explain to you here. That's actually something that I'll probably be throwing like this tug in a lot more. To me, that profile fits a juvenile bass much more accurately than that tall sunfish profile. But what does that kind of look like to the rest of you guys outside of a juvenile bass? And to me, that's very crappie-like in its vibes. So there are times of the year, especially early spring, when small crappie flood the shallows They're coming up to try and spawn and such. My man Sean nailed it. Okay, that is going to be a super dope crappie impersonator. Curious to see what other colors. Also comes with that chartreuse tipped replacement fin. So you're getting 3 tails with each bait, plus those tungsten weights, guys. I just saw a question here from my man Mike Bledsoe. What's my opinion about Baitsanity's hooks? He put, I like them, in quotes. And I like them too. But I have found that I can fine-tune these baits across the spectrum here with either a BKK Spear 21 if I'm looking for a light gauge wire treble hook, or if I'm trying to get more weight without adding weight to the body of the bait, I'm going up to like a 2X or a 3X BKK Fangs treble hook. And I like a little bit bigger hook than what's available here stock. So a lot of guys are having a lot of success with the stock hooks. They're good, but my personal preference is going to be the BKK options. Alright, that's cool. I'm pumped to throw that one around. So this one was a floater, as denoted here on the belly. You guys can see that there. Got the same bait in a sinking model to cover the water column. A couple more baits here, and this one will be a wrap. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Another bass sinking. So one set will go in the Dream Machine, one set I'll stay in my kayak / 1.0 box. Another bluegill sinking. Another bass in the floater. Another jungle perch and sinking. And then, here's the last one here. Oh, look at that Antidote and that bluegill pattern. Kind of perchy, kind of sunfishy, badass overall. My man Ryan Hanks from Cast, what's going on, homie? I gotta do an unboxing video of all my new Cast toys coming up too. My OG homie Greg Rodriguez, who caught the biggest bass I ever seen out of Pudding Stone, is tuning in. But another amazing pattern that's gonna work year-round across the country. Purples, blue cheeks, orange throat, real similar. Where did I put that youngster? Sunfish imitations, you can't go wrong. Alright, let me wrap this video up with a little bit of a sneak peek on the tug glide bait. And Fahad came out with me on a training session not too long ago, and to watch the man that created this bait and the concepts that he designed it around was pretty eye-opening for me. This bait is a floater, but you can fish it down. It can swim down in the column. And this is a bait that's completely dictated by the angler and the actions and the movements to drive the swimming mechanics of this bait, because he was walking the dog with it, making it pop, making it spit water, doing all kinds of gnarly topwater things. And as you guys well know, like, I love topwater fishing, so to have a bait in this size class that you can draw a lot of attention to up on the surface is going to be fantastic. I was having success with it earlier this year, just gliding it subsurface. So I was taking tungsten add-on weights like what come in some of the packages here. Also utilize the Gancraft stick-on weights because they come up to sizes up to 4 grams. And I was actually getting this floating bait to suspend. And I was fishing it subsurface and caught some nice fish on it, including a really big smallmouth. But it's a very versatile bait. It's not a standard glide bait. It swims completely different than its predecessor here, which is the Explorer 2. This is also coming in a slow sink model as well, so be on the lookout for that. But that tug's going to release next month in November. I will leave a link in the description on YouTube as well for you guys to pre-order that bait. It comes in a few really, really good colors, including a more bass-oriented pattern, like a dark trout pattern. Sean asked the question, does water temp affect the suspend rate at all? Absolutely. Colder water is going to be denser, so it's going to absolutely affect the way your bait suspends, but I don't normally suspend my big baits too long, so I'm really looking to just break up cadence and momentum in my presentation with them. So I don't super dial in my baits to suspend at like 41 degrees, etc., etc. That just doesn't really fit my fishing style, but I know a lot of you guys do that. So having a floating base to work off of is going to be awesome for you guys to customize these baits in the way they swim. Alright, so be on the lookout for that. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm going to wrap this one up and start getting some of these baits in the boxes where they belong. Lots more content coming. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the tackle breakdown videos on the Big Bass Streams channel. We are moving to additional membership only content. So be on the lookout for that. We are still going to put up plenty of free videos and free content for you guys to enjoy across all the platforms. Got some new brand partners for next season. Got a lot of the same brand partners from this past season, so excited to continue pushing the envelope. Fishing is starting to get good with this weather change finally happening here on the West Coast, so hopefully you guys are getting out and are chasing your own big bass streams, man. Let me go through the comments real quick here, make sure I'm not missing too much. Sorry, the gram, you guys are kind of like scrolling through really quickly if I miss any questions. I see a lot of the same olds on here. I appreciate you guys. I got kids from the Canterwood Kids Camp on here. And yeah, if you guys got any questions, man, just leave them in the comments here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to my personal YouTube channel so you don't miss more of these. I'll continue to do these impromptu mail calls as they come in. You guys rock. I'm all over 9. Have a good weekend.